Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer and we are playing Strategic Command WWII, playing as the Allies. Last turn we played as the Soviets, now this time we are playing as the Western Allies. And the objective, of course, is to punish the Japanese fleet for what they did to us at Pearl Harbor. We were in fact very successful in that already, because as you can see over here, we did sink quite a bit of the Japanese Navy. 4 battleships, 5 carriers. Yeah, so it was really punished very badly. We know that right now they only have about 8 ships left. 2 of them are battleships, one of which attacked our Maryland battleship over here very badly, and that was actually the Yamato, a very strong ship, I think one of the super battleships actually. We know of a second battleship over here that we intercepted, and we know of a destroyer over here in port in Equinoro, and we do know of a light carrier that just withdraw towards the south over here. So the first thing I want to do over here is find the light carrier, because that was in fact a very damaged unit already. We are unsuccessful in finding it with our submarine over here, so we might have to think about other alternatives. Of course, we do need to reinforce the submarines over here in port, and this battleship needs to be upgraded with better naval weapons, and I don't think anti-submarine weaponry is that important for the battleship, so keep it as it is. And then we can think about what we're going to do with this battleship and with the destroyer. So firstly with the battleship, I want to move up over here just a little bit, yeah. So there are indeed some special forces left in Inuituk. Sorry about butchering that name. We do have a couple of carriers over here that were extremely successful in the last couple of turns, but the air groups are pretty depleted at this point, so I would actually like to send them back to be refitted, but I do think the Yamato is a very tempting target over here. So let's actually make sure that our convoy mode over here is, our mode is set to mixed. You know what? I want to send you to naval tactical, and that is actually all of you, so that we can conduct a proper series of attacks over here. So yeah, let's bring you up and conduct our first set of strikes over here. So very good. Fair trade actually, but all in all I'm happy to exchange 3 points of a battleship towards 2 points of an air group. Ooh, 4 actually. 4 against 2. That's a very good result, so let's try to sink it. Very good. Good national morale boost as well. That does leave us somewhat low on air groups. So in fact these guys should probably go home. We do have a destroyer in port over here, and that is an important target as well, so let's try to... It's not a critical target, but still, as long as we can just conduct some damage over there, that might be a good choice. Why have we lost intel over here? So ideally this carrier should go home. But let's conduct a strike over here. Very good, very good. Yeah, so we can't quite go home now. Could conduct a strike on the special forces. Could also bomb them. It's a national morale objective. Down here as well we do have some choice of capturing this guy, which is a national morale objective as well. We do have these special forces who can be reinforced. We could also upgrade you, and that might actually be a decent choice, because that will make you so much better at attacking. The next target of course will be Nauru, and that might be enough. On the other hand, what else have we got over here? So I have a heavy cruiser. I'm going to park that over here and thereby prevent supplies coming in to these guys. The Maryland really needs to withdraw and refit. So let's bring you back to Honolulu. We have another battleship. We could of course try to strike over here, but with these resources I don't think that's a wise decision, so yeah, let's not do that. This battleship, so we know in fact there are no troops down here, which makes me believe we should actually be landing over there, so let's bring in our carrier, sorry, our troops, our rangers over here, not marines actually, and get to land over there. And next time we can capture, no, we can actually capture this now. And that does give us a supply situation over here, and that will actually enable us to go for the Solomon Islands very soon. The Gilbert Islands, historically very important. I wonder whether the enemy carrier has gone over here, and in fact it has. We can conduct a strike, and I think we have a 30% chance of actually hitting the enemy over there. Okay, you know what, let's upgrade these special forces. I think that's the right thing to do. All of these carriers, you haven't moved quite as far. What happens if we move you down here? Down here? Okay, let's try to conduct a strike. Yes! Very good. Very good. Air group further damaged, but again, it's not a crucial objective, so let's try to get over here, see whether there are special forces. There are. It's probably a stronger garrison than was in the Gilberts historically, which was historically very low. So, more reinforcements and such. These submarines can move out next time. I do want to move in a couple of carriers next time. These battleships are still sort of fine, I would say. They don't necessarily need to be replaced. And the Japanese Navy is down to 5 ships. We know the position of 1. So, you know what, actually these heavy cruisers then should come back to port. And then we can reinforce them next time around. Yeah, and that should be fine. And then that does mean we have a couple of battleships over here really. And they should be able to provide a very good cover against any potential attack over here. Even if these guys attack, we should be able to repulse them with some ease. Good, and that does settle about our positioning over here. We do have some more guys over there, I realise. So yeah, let's sell you for. So yeah, really the might of the US Navy is showing itself now. We do bring in so many troops that we'll just be able to overwhelm the Japanese, I think. Down here in Southeast Asia then, let's look at the situation. Firstly, in Java over here, we are being attacked by these special forces. We do need to reinforce these Indian armies. The supply and readiness is extremely low, I realize. But if we go over here, we might actually threaten their supply lines. And if we bring in this light cruiser, I think we can also blockade that port. And that will further reduce their abilities. Let's bring up the heavy artillery so that we can have some counter artillery, and I think that's going to be a very good thing for us. You can't be reinforced. We do have some South Africans over here, so I'm guessing we could land the South Africans over there. Firstly, can we find anything? Can we find out anything more about the disposition of their troops? We know they have someone over there. So firstly, I think what I want to do is take up, let's say, this light cruiser over here. Again, blockade that port, even though they're probably going to supply out of this region. And then the South Africans. Where do I want to move you? Let's move you over here. Let's move you over there. Yeah, so you are sitting on that supply depot. It's not necessarily surprising. Can we bomb you? No, there's a lot of rain over here. Rain, fog, yeah. Over here in French Indochina, can conduct a couple of strikes. along the Burma Road over here. Let's conduct some attacks. Should probably be able to break these guys. Yeah, there we go. Can we capture this guy? Okay, let's capture these resources before advancing down there. The Gurkhas out of India. You could amphibious transport and then try to advance over here, but then again this army is actually very close to being successful at that. So yeah, let's try to replicate these successes down here in Vietnam basically. So this would be a very good attack, see? Why wouldn't this be okay? Because you're an army and you're not, you're a corps. Still, well, the special forces here are more important just to dislodge them. Okay, let's start over here though. Attack, move you back, pull you in, try to annihilate these guys. Get a national morale boost. That's fine. You're gonna be reinforced. You're gonna be reinforced. It's fine. These flying tigers and tactical bombs can't do anything because of the weather. Can pull in these guys though, so you'll be fine. Tactical bombers, or medium bombers I should say. Again, the rain, so we can't do too much with you guys. Still, that's fine. And that does about settle it for China. Oh, we did have some medium bombs over here as well. Yeah, let's bring it up a little. We can bomb Rangoon next time. And then we do have a couple of units over here from India. I'm not actually too sure that they will be needed over here. In fact, I'm not sure about the... Well, we could push back against these guys with the Indians, I guess. Yeah, that might not be bad. I can actually transport? Oh, I cannot, because probably because of all of the guys who are already being transported? No. Interesting. Alright. Let's reinforce these battleships. The Royal Sovereign. Then what we can do is try to look for Japanese ships. Nothing so far. Can probably attack even. Yeah, let's bombard these guys. Also blockade both of these ports. These submarines should probably stay over here so that they can blockade quite a bit. And these guys, these Dutch submarines, well, I guess we can move you around a little bit. Yeah, but no big enemy contact so far. And these carriers, can you conduct a strike over here? No, rain, fog, rain, fog, rain, fog. Yeah, you're good actually. And this battleship, well, I mean, what we can do is bombard these special forces. The morale is pretty low now. We still can't match up, but still we're doing something over there, so that is good, I think. And then these carriers can simply sail over here. And let's reconnaissance or something. Okay, you're fine. We do have the hood, the battlecruiser hood. I guess I could set you to radar and park you next to these lines. And that might be good. Okay. Special forces from India, you're going to be transport... No, you're not going to be transported, you're going to be upgraded. Because we do have better infantry weapons now. Headquarter, you're fine, you shouldn't be really moving out first. And I guess I can't transport these guys. So, yeah, you're going to be forced... Really? Okay, you're going to be force march over here and then down there. And then slowly but surely you're going to make your way over to our position at some point. Good. That does still leave the Indomitable around to potentially do some damage, even though I don't necessarily see where we would want to bring you, immediately at least. I mean, you're pretty good where you are actually, so guess we could keep you. The heavy cruiser will not be able to upgrade anyway, so yeah, that should be fine like that. Yeah, very good. Good. Let's move over to the Mediterranean. Try to find the German submarines and Italian submarines with our little destroyer over here. My hopes aren't too great because there's no compelling reason that they should be anywhere over here. Apparently we don't find them anyway. Good. So let's look at the Germans in North Africa. We could attack, but why would we still... We are still at lower readiness. Even though they have a lot lower supply. This is amazing. Well, we do have some bombers we could bring to bear on these guys. But there's not much point doing that, is there? Okay, let's start out with the bombardment of these guys. I reduced the supply value of the forces over there. There's also a battleship that we should be aware of. You can't be reinforced, but you can certainly conduct some bombardments, can't you? Okay, well, firstly we should... Can we not reinforce or upgrade you? No, because the supply is so bad. Why's the supply so bad? You shouldn't be at a 3. Could artillery... Yeah, let's do so. Should reduce their readiness and or their entrenchment a little bit. Still wouldn't do much damage. We'd be suffering less, but we wouldn't do great. Again, tactical bombers. We'd only reduce their morale a little bit, but not actually too much. Heavy cruiser on the... Well, if these guys weren't there, we could flank around and try to do something funny. Okay, let's do another strike over here. Readiness still lower. Yeah, and I do think we need to risk it at least a little bit. It's not providing any supply out of here anymore. Destroyer could attack over here. Yeah, no submarines to be found. Conduct a bombardment of that. Doesn't seem to do anything. That might reduce the supply value of that. Okay, let's bomb. Not doing too much for us, admittedly. 68%. 66. Attack with the special forces. Not good, not bad. Basically. Could come in with these tanks, but of course these are anti-tank units, so I don't think that's necessarily a compelling good thing for us. So what we can do is bring up these guys over there, bring these guys back, bring these guys back. And I thought I could come up with this army, but I can't. Yeah, and you are not actually good at this. Oh well. Slowly, slowly, slowly. We are trying to make our way over here in North Africa. Still not quite able to do that. We will certainly bring up some reinforcements from Southeast Africa. But that does bring us to the Bay of Biscay. So these destroyers, I think we're headed to the Mediterranean because we know there are some submarines still over there. Let's try to find the German destroyers. Did find it, in fact. made some slight damage to it. Bring up the heavy cruiser. Yeah, more damage. That is fine. To me at least. Probably gonna withdraw to San Jose. But yeah, we don't really have any more ships in the vicinity. Over here, towards Norway, we want to send these guys up towards Trondheim. I would like to conduct a strike on Bergen with our paratroopers, but again, it's raining, so we cannot do that. But what we can do then is, since the Germans seem to be down here with the destroyer, let's bring up a battleship towards our ports over here, and then we'll be able to be striking next turn at them, and that should be a little bit better. Right, other than that, how's your supply situation actually? Oh, we don't know. Now we should know. Supplies 5. Could do a strike over here, could do some damage against them, and that will increase our experience, so I am going to do that, even though it's not otherwise extremely useful. And you know what, these heavy cruisers we will tend to be raiders. Tell them to go near Christasand on the supply route, and that should be nicely covering that. You guys can still form up a blockade, a complete blockade of the North Sea up there, and we will have our carriers provide escorts to our marines, and that should be fine. Oops, sorry. One of these light cruisers I think is also going to come down, and you guys will simply cover that approach. The Germans might very well at some point rebuild some of their submarines, so we might as well come back towards our supply lines and make sure they are well guarded, so that should be dandy. Everything else is fine. No one really needs to be upgraded or anything. Lots of tanks, lots of marine bombers. Yeah, but these destroyers are way out of range, so I don't think that's useful. Well, let's bring down these marine bombers. Maybe we can strike at them next turn. That might be something. Good. Other than that, I don't think there's much that the UK can do over here. Again, in Southeast, in Africa, we are a little bit stuck over here, but I'm confident that at some point we'll be able to break through. Other than that, let's check whether anyone... Oh, you can be reinforced. You can in fact also be upgraded to better fighters. So yeah, let's do that. No one else can be reinforced, no one else can be upgraded over here. No, that's fine. Yeah, just the port itself, which I'm not going to do. The strategic bombers I don't care too much about. And all of these other guys, well, their mobility isn't... What? No, that for you that's not mobility. It is... No, let's not upgrade mobility now. Not for these guys, they are a little bit too irrelevant for that, really. Maybe for this army, what I'm going to do upgrade is the AA defenses, and that should be okay. Yeah, really not too much, but still, I do think that's fine over here. What's your mode? You're on silent. No, you should be on hunting. And yeah, that's fine for the UK. Again, there's not much else I could do down here. Maybe I could scout up a little bit with some of these units. But yeah, I don't really want to reach out too far. We only have one carrier down here. And this battleship, while fine, does need some response as well. Oh yeah, these naval bombers need to be reinforced, and these fighters down here should get some reinforcements. These fighters of the Americans up here should also try to be a bit more active, but I think they're fine for now. Chinese are all fine. Maybe these guys will be moved in between episodes. I think I would probably move them towards Communist China, because that's the role-playing thing to do. And other than that, yeah, nothing we can do down here, nothing we can do up here. So yeah, we'll be fine. For the Americans then, I think what I want to do is bring you guys up to Algeria and potentially land you at... Was it Casablanca? Ah, damn it, I forgot. Yeah, so at any rate, I want to bring probably the Americans over here and do as they did historically and land in Italy, so that we are taking some pressure off the German Eastern Front. And with the meanwhile with the UK and Canadian troops, we're probably going to land in Norway simply to cut off their supplies a little bit and help them out over here, and that should exert some pressure on that. So for the Americans, what we can definitely do is take up these guys in a long-range transport. That's the Special Forces. Oop. Didn't intend to move you over there, but that should be fine. And then these headquarters, really, should you be upgraded to mobility? I guess I'm not sure. We have some tanks. Yeah. Let's upgrade you for now. Likewise, let's upgrade these guys. I think we'll be able to catch up in a second over there when we do get the chance. You don't really need to be upgraded over here, so I think what we can in fact do is use long-range transports also on these guys, these mechanized guys, and I think on the army over here. And that should really be enough, I think, to as a landing force, and the rest of the guys can be normally transported over there. Might actually be too much for simply for the for the Italian front. Oh, you can already move. That's nice to know. Okay, so if you can already move, let's bring up these destroyers to the front. You already also have anti-submarine warfare capabilities. That's nice. And dandy. Yeah, but then all the other guys can wait a second over there. And you can already upgrade for this. Yeah, and then let's upgrade the headquarter, so it can be transported out next turn. That's fine. We do have some new units. We do have a Hong Kong garrison apparently, which cannot be placed because probably some Chinese are standing there. Yes, in fact they are. So let's place Hong Kong garrison. Come on, I know you can be. And the 11th paratroopers, so let's place these guys. You could be over here and land over there, but let's place you in the... Oh, God damn it. Let's place you in Calcutta, so then you'll be able to get over here next time. Very good. You know what? We can actually probably send you towards being a raider, and then you can bomb convoys on these routes. And that should teach the Japanese a little lesson. Good. So in between episodes, I will simply gather up these guys in transport and move some of these Chinese around. Other than that, though, I think we should be fine. Gonna talk a little bit about the research and build order next term, because I also want to decide that between episodes is simply not too exciting to watch. So until then, I'm gonna be extremely excited how the Germans fare over here. They are starting to look decisively thin, but as we saw last time, they still have a lot of steam in them and are very capable of destroying some of our cores. So yeah, let's see about that. Until then, thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.